Alright, here's the closest thing you assholes are gonna get to a Halloween special. Let's boogie. Halloween! Are you guys a bunch of Halloweeners out there? When I was a little boy, they read the book The Halloweenie to us. The Halloweenie by Dave Pilkey. Yeah, there's some Halloween trivia for you. So anyway, yeah, Splatterhouse for the TurboGrafx 16. You just pick up the stick and thwack the man. Simple as. I always like to pretend that this game is actually about an FBI agent and he's going through Chris Chan's house, and kind of makes everything in this game a little scarier when you look at it through that lens. There's like corpses and just sticky stuff all over the floor, and who knows what kind of actual horrors are in Chris Chan's house. So, this is the first TurboGrafx 16 game to be played on this channel in probably 3 years. I think the last one was in 2018, for those of you keeping score at home. So, the game is a bit more simple than just thwack people with a stick. Occasionally you do get items that you can throw. You can get a small plastic disc that you toss, like that episode of SpongeBob. You can climb ladders. Look at this. You know, all those stuffy old white men in Washington were so angry about violence in video games, and I can kinda see why. I mean, look at this. This is disgusting. Get that shit out of here. And then bring it back. Okay, I mean, just look at this. You got like a guy hanging in the corner. That is nasty. Perfectly appropriate for Halloween, though. Spooky, scary skeletons send shivers down your spine. I don't know. Let's talk about the history of the TurboGrafx 16. The TurboGrafx 16 was called the PC Engine in Japan, and I guess they decided to change it for marketing reasons, to appeal to the gaijin. The TurboGrafx 16 features very unusual architecture in that it is both an 8-bit system and a 16-bit system at the same time. It has a 16-bit GPU but an 8-bit CPU. So as far as looks and aesthetics, it's comparable to what you'd find on the SNES or the Genesis, but in terms of complexity, it's closer to the NES, you see. The TurboGrafx 16 had one console to come after it in the TurboGrafx line of consoles. It only came out in Japan. I believe it was called the NEC PCFX. It mostly just had visual novels. The library had very little to offer. Nothing as cool as Splatterhouse. So yeah, this is super violent, even for back then. Everything just turns to goo when you punch it. It's fucking disgusting. Which one of yous took a shot? That's disgusting. You ever see that video? Okay, so now we're in the basement of Chris Chan's house. It's totally flooded, and there's water beasts everywhere. I like how they splatter against the wall. I guess this game would be false advertising if there weren't splattering every so often. Yes. So how am I doing with my Halloween special thus far? Are you guys feeling thoroughly Halloweened? Halloween! Am I allowed to use JonTron clips at this point? I know he's not the internet's favorite person. Are the PC police just gonna come after me? I would never watch a Let's Play that has a clip of JonTron in it. I don't know, everybody and everything sucks. Anyway, so I mentioned that as a little boy, the teacher at school read the book The Halloweener by the Halloweener dog, the Halloweenie, whatever, that book by Dave Pilkey that had the Halloween theme. The teacher read that to us, so let's summarize that. So there was a wiener dog on Halloween, and nobody respected him because I guess the other dogs are like racist or something. Anyway, and then the wiener dog put on like a a hot dog bun as a costume, so that was his costume. He was a hot dog, while also being a real dog. And I guess that got people to respect him more, and he earned the respect of the neighborhood dogs, and that was the end of it, probably. Yeah, there you go. Halloween. Spooky, scary skeletons send shivers down your spine. So this house is going pretty damn crazy, huh? Look at it. That's just nuts. That poor FBI agent who had to investigate Chris Chan's living space to rescue Barb. Oh, what a sad situation. It almost seems like you can knock the guys into the background where there's more guys, but that doesn't actually do anything. This is just a 16-bit game after all. That would be asking too much. It's far too complex. To make this feel more Halloween-y, I'm going to put a scary image on screen. Boo! 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 I don't know. I think Barbara Streisand jokes are a little overplayed at this point. I mean, for God's sake, South Park was doing that like 24 years ago. And here's me trying to pass that off as if I thought of it just now, as if it's some new and original joke that I invented for the first time in 2021. Isn't that just the douchiest thing you can do? Take something that's old and cliched that everybody's heard of and act like you invented it? There was another channel, I'm not gonna name any names, and they just had like this old joke book of like jokes that have been around for like 60 years, and they were reacting to the jokes as if they were brand new and they would never heard them. And it was like, there's a small, medium, at large, and okay. That's enough of that. So anyway, this boss battle is supposed to be inspired by the movie Poltergeist, however you say it. This is just the room of mispronouncing things. First I couldn't pronounce the name of that book about the wiener dog by Dave Pilkey, and now I can't pronounce Poltergeist. But anyway, yeah, this is based on that famous movie, because developers of this era took a lot of inspiration from pop culture and movies and such. Because obviously the main character is supposed to be Jason Voorhees, and then you got this poltergeist type scene, and other developers did that sort of thing too. I believe it was a Golden Axe where Sega took one of the screams. It was a sample from Conan the Barbarian. The developers of the time just sampled what was available in popular TV and movies. There's some gaming trivia for you. See, this wasn't a total waste of time. You walked away with some information. Everything in this game is just hard to hit. We're getting nowhere. Going nowhere. Going nowhere. Remember that song that was real popular by the emo douchey people around 2014-ish? All around me are familiar faces, worn out places, empty spaces. Anyway, yeah, that was real popular, and it had that line in it about going nowhere, going nowhere. And that's about how I feel right about now. As I looked at the long play for how long things are supposed to take in this game, and this should have been done within the first 4 minutes of the Let's Play, and now here we are in minute 9, and we have not budged. How embarrassing. I think this is gonna be it, though. Hold on to your hats, people. Hold on to your Jason Voorhees masks. Speaking of which, so the reason that the main character has a maroon-colored mask rather than a white one, as you would expect, was because they didn't want this to be associated with Friday the 13th too much, for copyright reasons. So they had to change it. So in the Japanese version of the game, he's got a white mask, but then in the Filthy Gaijin one, he's got a maroon-colored mask. Restrictive copyright laws strike again. So anyway, since Halloween is technically tomorrow, I'll try to do one more episode of Splatterhouse by then. Don't count on it though. You and I both know that this upload schedule just totally sucks.
Bye, have a beautiful time.